AI is being implemented into our everyday healthcare is next. These computers are being programmed by people that don't look like you as technology advances, and it's supposed to help. It's supposed to help Black women. No reason why we should be dying or almost dying at such alarming rates back just because we want to bring life into this world. That's why I'm really passionate about healthcare and being in those rooms where nobody looks like me, but I'm like, look, this is what's going to happen. This makes more sense, and this is how you guys are going to do it, because you're not going to leave us behind, and you're not going to keep killing us.
Never fall, never.
Welcome back to the Computer Keys channel. I am Marquise, and today we're back with another episode of the My Tech Story interview series. This is something I started to show that it's a lot of different ways you can get into like this tech lane. So today I got Andrea with me, and I appreciate you being here, taking this time. We met over Instagram, but I don't even know, I just know I've been following you for a while, and like keeping up with what you've been doing and stuff. So yeah, I'm glad you can, share what you've been doing. Cause like I've been looking and I'm like, it's just impressive. So I'm excited to hear your story and everything. So, So yeah, we're going to get started. It's going to be, the first question is just like getting to know you a little bit. So you don't got to remember everything I'm going to say, but I want your name, age, location, hometown, race or ethnicity, fun fact, and then like some interests outside of what you do.
Okay. Alrighty, I have this set up so I can remember everything. Okay. Alrighty, so my name is Andrea. I am from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I am a Black woman. And and I'm in my 40s. I won't tell y'all exactly how old I am, but I'm in my 40s. So I'm getting up there. A fun fact about me is I like to travel solo. That is one of my things that I just love to do for myself. It brings me so much joy to be on my own time, to just let go. Nobody's dependent on me for anything. It's just me and me. It builds my confidence. I was just telling a coworker the other day, I used to walk with my head like this. And since traveling alone, I like walk with my head high, because you can't look like you're not confident when you're traveling by yourself. You have to look like you're strong. You'll jack somebody up, and you're not playing around with anybody. So that's a fun fact about me, is I love to travel solo. And then what was the next thing? Just like interest?
Some interest outside of what you do.
Interest. I don't know. I'm pretty boring. I
hoop.
I have a beaded hula hoop that I use. And a lot of people, like when I tell them about it or I show them videos, they're like, "What? That's so cool! I never thought about something like that." So it's like beads that are the size of oranges and they're weighted, and I can hold. That's a fun fact about me.
No, that's cool. So we can swap them. We'll say your interest outside is like traveling and exploring places, and then the fun fact is the hula hoop.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking after I said it. I was like, okay, I had the other way around.
So, well, first, like, how many places have you been to in your travels?
Oh, wow. My very first trip was in Cleveland. I took myself to a Cavaliers game. That was amazing. And when I travel by myself, I like to do like hiking.
Was Bron still there?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, it's still cool. It's still tough. I was just wondering. I'm sure seeing them there would have been crazy, but not my bad. I ain't mean to interrupt.
So I went to Cleveland. That was amazing. I went on a bike trail, rode a bike on a trail. I've been to Hawaii. That was an amazing experience. I had like a drop top convertible. I was riding around like I was like 19, 20, no kids. Oh man, I had a good time. I've been to Sedona, Arizona. That was an amazing trip. And I just came back from the Caribbeans. I was in a really small, on a really small island. It's part of the ABC Islands. It's Aruba. I think it's Buena Vista, and then Carousel. So I was in Carousel for about a week, and that was an amazing trip. Just the culture and just so much love and Black people. It was amazing. So those are some places I've been to.
No, that's cool. I went to Aruba last year, I think. So that was like my first time. Actually, I went to Jamaica too, like years ago. So yeah, those are like my experiences on like islands and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely I definitely recommend like seeing other cities if you can't like live in another city or something like that. I always tell people like spending time away from like where you from, just even if it's another state, you know what I'm saying? But especially if you can get to like an island or something and just experience that, like the difference in culture and everything, I think it really like shapes you for sure.
It does. And just like the different perspectives on the things that like
Right.
we're taught, and then you go somewhere else and it's like 'cause they had a slave trade museum out there, and it was like,
Mm,
what? Like it
mm,
was similar, like the concept, but some of the back end stuff was like a little bit different, and it gave
yeah.
you a different it didn't make you feel traumatized. It made you feel more educated.
Mm,
I don't know if it was just me, but that's how
mm,
I felt when I went.
mm.
So I agree with you 100%.
No, that's cool. Yeah, I love that. So where you got planned next? And then we're gonna get into your story and everything.
Plan next as far as what, like traveling or
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
um
traveling.
I don't have anything planned at the moment.
Oh, not yet. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just on my grind right now, so I
Mhm.
don't have anything planned at the moment.
So, I guess last thing about like this portion, you said you're born and raised in Pittsburgh.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from Philly, so we're in the same state, but we kind of far. Like,
Yeah, we're on the opposite sides,
yeah.
literally. Have
Right.
you ever been to Pittsburgh?
No, I haven't actually. Just as far west as I've been is like in the state is probably Harrisburg.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I haven't been too much farther west than that, but I do want to visit, especially like if the Eagles was to play the Steelers or something like that. I think I would go out there, do it like that because, um, yeah, I know some people that spent time out there, and now you live out there, so it would be cool to see like that side of the state and like see
Mhm.
was the similarities and stuff like that. But
I'm not
no,
missing
that's
too
cool.
much. It's an okay place, but you're not. It's a lot. You would be amazed by like all the hills and everything because
Mm,
Philly's so flat.
mm,
But we have a lot of hills. The weather's probably the same, but you're not missing anything seriously.
okay.
I've been to
uh,
Philly a few times. My
mm.
first boyfriend is from Philly, and he's a black cowboy. So
Oh
I
wow,
have
yeah.
photos of me like riding horses around Philly
The
years
city,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. They still be out there. Like I
Yeah,
love
they
seeing that.
do.
No, that's cool. All right. So we're gonna get into your actual like tech stuff now. So
Okay.
the next question is, what do you do for how long, and if you feel comfortable, like a salary or a salary range for people.
Okay. So right now I am looking for a job. The job market sucks. But I have recently graduated in June with my
Mm.
bachelor's degree. I have a bachelor's degree in for business intelligence and analytics.
Business
Um,
intelligence and analytics. Okay.
yes. Yep. So it's business management with a major and a minor in business intelligence and analytics.
Mm.
Right now I'm just freelancing just because the job market sucks so bad.
Mm.
And I'm also attending a program right now. It's actually a service term with National Health Corp.
Mm.
Um, so it's basically a program where you go to different facilities or hospital facilities, and its focus is public health. So
Mm.
right now I'm at a family health center, and I'm a medication management coordinator. So I use like
Okay.
my critical thinking skills, some data analytics skills. They have programs in Epic that I can use to like analyze data for patients, and I just help them gain access to their medications, analyze data to see which patients are more in need. Trying to get everything situated with like this new Medicare and Medicaid
Mm.
changes and things that changed before this new administration came into office. So
Yeah.
that's currently what I do. It's not a full time job. It is just like a service term that physicians and anyone in like the public health sector goes through to gain experience in the public health. Oh, sorry, I keep biting that out of my mouth. Sorry. To gain experience in the public health sector.
So is it like a contract? Like it sounds like you're doing the job though, right? Like
Yeah, I think it's.
so
Go ahead. Sorry.
you're getting that experience still, right? Like that's what it sounds like to me.
Mhm.
So how long you been doing that? You said you just graduated in June. So like that's not that long ago.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No,
it's not like you've been.
I started the program.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, sorry if
No,
I
that's
keep
fine.
cutting you off.
No, it was like delayed for a second. Go ahead though. You say you started the program.
In January,
Okay.
and then I graduated in June.
Okay.
Hmm.
So since June, and as far as like getting a job and stuff, I might have somebody. I don't know if you know Sharon. No? Okay. All right. Because y'all both are like in like data analytics and stuff. So I wasn't sure if like, I don't know. My bad. I thought y'all might have like crossed paths or something. But um, her and then Tochi, who I just interviewed, she was good with like, tips about like finding jobs and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I wanna connect you with them for sure. But
Okay.
it still sounds like you're doing the job. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, you said it's freelance right now. So are you making your own prices right now, or are you like
Yeah,
just
I'm
kind
making
of?
my own prices. The freelancing is separate from the public health program that I'm in with AmeriCorps, or it's
Okay.
AmeriCorps and then National Health Corp. So I'm doing both at the moment. Hmm.
Okay. I got you. So before that, what were you doing? Because you mentioned you were in school. So
Hmm.
were you just like were you in a completely different field or something? Like what were you doing before this?
So the goal is to be a healthcare data scientist.
Okay.
I've always been in the healthcare industry. I've been in the healthcare industry for over 10 years, maybe
Mm,
15 plus years,
mm.
actually since I was 18. So,
Wow.
so about 20 years then.
Dang, yeah.
So I've always been in the healthcare industry, but prior to actually like getting into tech and everything, I had a vending machine company. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh
Did you know that?
no, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That's a fun fact.
Uh-huh. I had a healthy vending machine company with my three sons. We owned and operated our healthy vending machine company for about 5 years.
Mm,
And then COVID crippled us big time. I mean,
mm,
every factor that you need to run a vending machine company was like out the
yeah,
window.
yeah, but yeah,
Foot traffic, the coin
word.
shortage, so I had to pivot. And then I
Mm,
ended up enrolling back in school. And originally, when I enrolled in school, my career choice was to be brand communications manager, which is basically like the person, like say Nike launches a shoe. I would be the
mm,
person to talk to the sales department, the marketing department, all these different departments to say, how's this shoe doing? What can we do to make it sell better? What adjustments do we need to make? What's the feedback from customers?
mm,
And one day I was on scrolling on Instagram, and you know how they have those videos where people have the mic and they're like, "What do you do for a living? And how
mm.
much do you make?"
Yeah.
I ran across one of those, and this girl was like, "I'm a data scientist. I live in Chicago. I'm a data scientist for like this food and beverage company." And the girl was like, "How much do you make?" She was like, "I make like 165,000 a year." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So I looked it up and I was like, it's basically the same thing a brand communications manager does, but you're just implementing more tech into it,
Ooh.
analyzing more data, and you get paid more. So I'm like, this is perfect for me. So I ended up switching my major and then just getting into tech, and
Mm.
then it's just been off from there.
Wow. Man, that's so cool, yo.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. Like you seeing something and like, I don't know, just being able to apply that to what you already want to do and like see the other aspects of it or something like that. Like I don't know. I love stuff like that.
I do too.
Um and you mentioned the vending machines. I actually have vending machines now. I never knew that. But
Hmm.
I've been doing this for like maybe 3 years now, something like
Okay.
that. So but yeah, no, I never knew that. So you were doing that full time?
I was.
Wow.
Like if you Google me, like it'll all come up. If you Google vending machines in Pittsburgh, like companies in Pittsburgh, we're in like the top like 3 or 5, I think.
Wow.
But we haven't been open for 6 years. So but
Are
we
you
still come up.
would you go back? Like would you start back up?
No.
No.
Yeah, we had so many machines. I sold them all off.
Mm,
I tried to pivot and tried to do like subscription boxes. So we had so many machines. We had them in like business offices and stuff like that. So I
mm,
tried to pivot because by the time we grew before COVID happened, I got to the point where I wasn't buying things from Sam's Club anymore. Like I was actually purchasing from a vendor, Vistar.
Oh
And
wow.
my living room didn't have any furniture in it. Like that was my warehouse. Yeah, it was like that. Like
Yo.
that. And so when COVID happened, I had all of these things. I had literally just signed a contract. So I had all of these like Pepsi. Well, we were doing healthy stuff, but we had like Gatorades. We had the big bags of chips. We was about to raise the price a little bit, So we were doing really, really good. And then, yeah, so I wouldn't do it again. I sold so many things off. I'm still paying a lot of things off. And then it's so crazy how like parents can start a company like for their kids. And then when they get older, they're like, I don't want to do that. So,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
yeah, I built it for them, and I don't think that they would be interested in like keeping it up and maintaining it. So I don't think I would go back to it. No.
Yeah.
I learned a lot, but I don't think I would go back. No.
Yeah, I want to have a conversation with you about that. I never knew you, and you was doing that for real. See, I just dabble. Yeah, I can't imagine. Like you said, you went past. So I'm still going to BJ's. I'm still going to Costco. Sometimes I'm just going to the normal market and just grabbing stuff. So you was past that, and then to like the vendors for real, like that. Yeah.
We had the refrigerated units. We had the Bev Max, which is the beverage where the arm goes up and grabs them. Down. We even had purchased one that was real fancy. It was like a touch screen. Well, it had a touch screen pad. I really wanted to get the ones where the actual like front window is a screen. So it's more digital. And then I wanted to make additional money with that because we could have made additional money with companies and they could put ads on the screen.
That's so smart.
Yeah. So I was trying to make Pittsburgh into like Japan. Like I was going to have vending machines, bus stops. Like I was trying to take over. And that's like one of the things that for me, I feel like I go towards things that a lot of Black women don't because I want to pave the way. Whatever I do, I go hard. And usually I'm the only Black woman that's doing things like that because I want to like be a trailblazer wherever I go. I am far from a follower. If everybody's going left, I'm going right. So it was really nice being in like that food and beverage industry for a little while in that sector because I was the only Black woman that was doing it and I was killing it. Like I was doing my thing. Yep.
No, that's cool. I love so. Yeah, I never would have.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about that.
No,
I can throw some ideas at you, and you'll be like,
"That's
man."
That's what I'm saying. Even you talking about the ads, I'm like, hold up, like I didn't even think about stuff like that. So now I'm definitely gonna be in touch about that for sure.
Okay.
This is why I love doing this, John, because I never would have known that. All right, so next one, we kind of touched on this a little bit. Next question is what and/or who first got you interested in tech? You mentioned that video, but was there anything before that made you think about tech, or was it only healthcare stuff? Like, were you only thinking about healthcare?
No, I wasn't even thinking about healthcare at all, honestly. I knew I wanted to go back to school for something. I consider myself a Jacqueline of all trades. Like if you put me in any situation, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to push forward. So I wasn't thinking about tech when I enrolled in school. And then once I seen that video, I was like doing my research, and I was like, oh man, I will do amazing. But my problem is I was just like, I'm gonna be a data analyst or I'm gonna be a data scientist. That was it. So while I was in school full time, raising my family and taking care of my sick mom, I was getting certifications in addition to all of that. So that's what fueled it even more. So I was on Coursera, on DataCamp, all of those things, all of those places, I should say. Just getting certs on top of being in school full time and learning, different programming languages and everything. Wow. So once I started learning all of those things, I started to apply, and I knew school was coming to an end and I was about to be a senior. I started looking for internships. Nobody would really hire me. I was looking for entry-level jobs. Nobody would really hire me. And I figured that my problem is when I came into tech, I was just like, I'm gonna be a data analyst, I'm gonna be a data scientist. And it was like, but what do you specialize in? You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like, you're just a data analyst, but are you a data analyst in logistics? Are you a healthcare data analyst? Are you a analyst in the financial sector? Like, what are you an analyst and a scientist? And what is your expertise? And I had to really like sit and think to myself, like, all right, Andrea, like, you're a Jacqueline of all trades, but like, what's your passion? You know, like, what do you know that you could just like off the top of your head just be like, and just start running your jibs about it. Healthcare.
mm,
Like I said, I've been in the healthcare industry for 15 years. So it took me a little while, a lot of rejections to be like, okay, tech is where I'm at. I have all these certifications. I have all this knowledge. Nobody's hiring me. But what's my specialty? Okay, healthcare data scientist, healthcare data analyst, or vice versa. However you want to, the analyst comes first, but
mm.
um, so that's just how I got to where I am as far as like trying to figure out like what my interests are, what I was missing, really sitting down and like narrowing everything down. And that's how I got to what my career goal is now.
Mm. So, in school, are you like specializing or focusing on certain things, or are they more so teaching you the concepts and like the structures and like the technologies behind it and stuff like that?
Just the basics. And that's why I went to Coursera and Data Camp so that I
Mm.
can learn more specialized things.
So,
Now, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, my bad. You were able to supplement what you lacked in school with the certifications and stuff. I did something similar when I got out of school. I understood coding and the concepts and stuff, but I didn't know how this applied to a real world job. So I did a boot camp to kind of teach me the real world, like the enterprise level technologies and like what you really would be doing and stuff. So
Mhm.
it sounded like you did something similar, but that I think that yeah, like a lot of people were gonna go through and just do the assigned work and stuff like that. That's what I did. I was doing stuff to pass. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really taking in the knowledge or really understanding these things and how they apply to the real world. But
Mhm.
you, while you're learning that type of stuff, you're also feeding into it with the applied kind of sciences behind it, like actually doing the stuff with the courses and everything. So man, I think you kind of went through that real quick, but like I think that's really the emphasis of this. You know what I'm saying? Is like the fact that you weren't just taking the coursework, but you were also doing the extra stuff on the side to make sure that you were thoroughly, experienced and ready to go out and do this. So you definitely set yourself ahead by doing that for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that. What boot camp did you go on or take or attend?
Oh, it's called Reverture. It's like a coding boot camp. It was in they might still be a thing, but
Mhm.
they were in Herndon, Virginia. So it's like Northern Virginia area around like
Mhm.
Fairfax and Arlington, like around there.
Mhm.
So it was like a few months. They paid like $8 an hour, and
Mhm.
they did like subsidized housing. So like it was like
Ooh.
sometimes it was like six of us in an apartment, but it was like
Mhm.
two to a room. It
Mhm.
wasn't too bad, you know what I'm saying? It was like a few months, so it wasn't that bad. And then when you get out, like the main thing for me was the fact that they pay you. So like they pay you and then they put you under a contract for 2 years. So you can get shipped anywhere. Like you can go. That's why I said I know somebody that was in Pittsburgh. I know people that were in Chicago, Indiana, Texas,
Mhm.
Florida, PA. Like they was getting sent all over. So
Mhm.
I happened to get sent like 20 minutes away from where the boot camp was.
Oh, lucky you.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And the crazy part is like my cohort or whatever, like my class, they all got sent like in a batch to like this one spot for this one company. But
Mhm.
because I like failed it's like this panel thing you got to do to get out of it, like to pass and make sure like it's like basically a mock interview, but they going over so many things. So
Mhm.
like the first time I failed it, so I missed the wave that went like to India or
Oh,
wherever
wow.
they went. And
Mhm.
then when I did it and I've passed again, that's when I got my job and it was in like Fairfax. So but
Mhm.
yeah, if you for your sons or whatever, like if anybody is like interested, I would recommend it, like especially if they still I haven't kept up with it, so I don't know what they're doing now, but it's Revature Revature
Spell it again for me. R-E. Mhm.
Vature Revature. So I hope they still going, but yeah, it was cool.
You went for software engineer, right?
Mhm.
Engineer.
Yeah, software engineering. Yeah.
That is so nice. And how long ago was that?
This was 2017. So this was when I graduated May of 2017, but I needed internships for my degrees. So I needed this boot camp also for that. Like they let the boot camp count as my 2 internships. And that's why earlier when you mentioned something about interning or like that program you were in, I was wondering if that was part of your, what you did to graduate too. Because you mentioned you started that in January. No, it was separate completely.
No, this is all me. This is just hard work, networking, and just like finding different things and being like, that's up my alley. Let me apply, and I get into them, and I do my thing. And I'm building my professional network. Like right now, I'm rubbing so many elbows with doctors, attending doctors, future doctors, pharmacists, so many different people. And so I'm just stumbling across these things and applying and getting in and building my network and gaining the experience. So it's completely separate.
No, see, that's why when you're saying that, it made me think about my experience, because I'm the same way. Like you gotta be open to taking those opportunities and seeing like how you can use them to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? So now, not only are you getting the experience, but now you're making your network and you're making connections that could lead to something down the line. Like that's the stuff that kind of go unstated, or like you might miss that opportunity to network because you're like, well, I'm only going to focus on getting a job. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have been like, I'm only looking at full-time jobs or whatever right now.
I pay $70,000 a year entry level. Like, girl, that is not going to happen. Like,
exactly. So it's like being realistic with yourself, but also seeing the opportunity when it's there and taking it. You know what I'm saying? I love stuff like that. So that's how I got into boot camp. Like they called me. I was like a few weeks out from graduation. They called me. It was like a recruiter. And then I'm like, all right, let me take the opportunity. So I did like the little entry exam type of thing and got in. So yeah,
and it was no cost to you? They paid you?
No, they paid. All I had to do was get down there, but they paid $8 an hour, and then they housing came out of your check basically. So like that's why the pay was so low, because they give you the place to stay down there. And the only thing is like once you get placed, you gotta go. Like they want you out of those apartments so they can move the next year. Yeah, exactly. But no, it was cool. I definitely, from my experience, I recommend it. I would have to look into it and see like what they've been doing lately, but no, I definitely would recommend it.
Yeah, that's good information. I can relay that to other people for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure, definitely. Let me know if they actually go into it. Oh, so the next question is, was tech always in your original plan? But we kind of got into that with the last one. Like it sounds like you were in healthcare, but what, I guess like when you were in high school or something like that, like what was your original plan? Like what did you see yourself doing in the long run, or like at this age or career wise? Like what were you thinking about doing?
Oh, you're making me go back. When I was in high school, what did I want to be? I don't know.
Nah, even from it'd be hard to remember. I'm like,
yeah, I know I learned how to code. I was literally just talking to my colleague about this earlier. I learned a little bit of coding as a freshman in high school.
Oh, see, that's the stuff I'll be wanting to hear.
Yeah, and that was, like I said, that was 23 years ago. So I haven't used coding in I've been learning over the past 3 years, but so for like 20 years, I didn't know how to code. Like we legit was coding to like get the ball to bounce across the screen, or, like get the letter to go up and come down, and like we were coding like that, So but I still wasn't like a computer geek or anything. I know I did my senior project on like homelessness. I guess just always being in the medical field, because once I graduated, I went to school to be a medical assistant, and I got my associate's degree in medical assisting. So I was 17 when I graduated, and I went to school and got my associates, and I graduated when I was like 19.
Oh wow! So
I guess you could say healthcare was something that I had my eyes set on.
No, it's cool that you was able to, because I mean, you must have had like some interest in it, you know what I'm saying, to going through that stuff. And then of course for you to circle all the way back around to being in tech now, it had to be some inkling in there at some point. So it's cool that you were able to tie that into your care for others and like the healthcare portion of it, because you mentioned like the homelessness thing, and then like you being in healthcare, you got to have that, I don't know, humanitarian kind of
empathy and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Well, so there is a backstory on why I'm passionate about healthcare. So as you know, I have my 3 sons. My oldest will be 19, my middle son's 16, and my youngest is 12. When I gave birth to my middle son and my youngest son, I almost died. My middle son, I had him early. He was in the NICU. When he came home about a week later, I bled out and I lost a lot of blood. I lost so much blood, I had to get a blood transfusion. They left pieces of my placenta in my uterus and it caused a really bad infection. I almost legit was out of here. And then about maybe I think my middle and my youngest are about 6 years apart. So about 5 years later, I ended up getting pregnant with my youngest son. And when I was giving birth to him, with every contraction, I was bleeding a lot. It was so bad that blood was dripping off the sides of the beds, the covers, it was bad. So they rushed me to the OR and I was laying on the table flat. They put the iodine on my stomach and the doctor was like, I'm going to check you one more time because I really don't want to give you a C-section. And she said, I'm going to check you one more time. I was 10 centimeters. I pushed 3 times. My baby came out. He looked at me. I looked at him and I passed out. So like I said, my youngest is 12. So when I was in my 30s, my 30s were beautiful. They were beautiful emotionally, mentally, everything. I grew so much, just the frontal lobe just blossomed, right? So I ended up requesting my medical records and seeing the discrepancies, the biases, the unconscious or conscious biases, maybe even me being naive and not knowing a lot of things. There was just so many things that I just was done to me, things that were wrong with my body that nobody ever relayed to me. I remember when I gave birth to either the middle or the youngest one, I remember the doctor rubbing my stomach really hard and there was a language barrier and there was just no you're in between my legs, boo. You ain't gonna talk to me, smile at me, nothing. It's just I was just there. He was delivering my baby and he was out. He didn't care if I was in pain. There were just so many things that I seen and I was mad. I was sad. I was angry on top of being mad. There were just so many emotions. And I couldn't sue him. It was 10, 11, maybe between 8 or 9 or 10 years after the fact. So I took that anger, all of those emotions, and I wanted to advocate for Black women. Even Serena Williams or Venus Williams, one of the Williams sisters that gave birth, she even experienced the same thing, where there's just these unconscious and conscious biases towards Black women in the healthcare industry. And what's really alarming is that, as we both know, being in tech, AI is being implemented into our everyday everything. So healthcare is next.
And it's taking those biases
to a whole nother level, these computers are being programmed by people that don't look like you or look like me or look like these women that are giving birth to these children. So we're already at risk. And now we're at a tremendous risk because there's not people that look like me that are no, you're not going to program that computer that way because that's not the way things go for Black women or for women that look like me. So that's why I'm really passionate about it. I want, as technology advances and it's supposed to help Black women, and it's supposed to help Black women when they give birth, because there's no reason why we should be dying or almost dying at such alarming rates just because we want to bring life into this world. So that's why I'm really passionate about healthcare and being a healthcare data scientist and being in those rooms where nobody looks like me, but I'm look, this is what's going to happen. This makes more sense. And this is how you guys are going to do it, because you're not going to leave us behind and you're not going to keep killing us. So, yeah.
I really appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you.
Damn, my bad. That was deep.
Yep. So that's why I'm passionate about it, because it is deep. It's a lot.
At my job, they do this thing where they have people come in and speak to us and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And there was a guy, he came through, I think he worked at Google or something at one point or something. He worked somewhere, and he Black guy, and he talked about the ethical part of being in tech, and he was relating this to his experience, let's just say working on a site where people rely on this what the site provides. And when the site goes down or something like that, keeping in mind that it's not just that the site is down. It's not just that we have a bug right now or that we're on a call trying to figure out what's going on. There's real people being impacted by this. So hearing that, that's like one of the things that made me think of. But then also, your personal experience, and then you realizing like there's something wrong here, because it is the numbers are like so disproportionate. It's crazy. Like black women don't get listened to by doctors and stuff like that. So hearing you being able to like take that experience, realize like there's something definitely wrong, and then be able to do what you can to like apply your knowledge and what you've learned to that exact situation. That's exactly why I wanted to talk to you, yo. I didn't know you was
I was
doing,
so excited when you reached out to me. I was like,
yo.
yes.
I did not know you was doing stuff like that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's deep. I think somebody's really gonna benefit from hearing like I it's something about being able to take a passion of yours and apply it to like something that your job, basically, like whatever you can do for money, being able to apply that to your passions and stuff. And then not only your passions, but something that can be impactful for other women, and something that can change the way things work. Because like it's like obviously this is not anything near the same scale, but like when you watching like a character on TV, a black character, and they saying something or they doing something, you like clearly there was no black writers in the room. Like nobody was, you know what I'm saying? So, and like on a larger scale, like a much more serious type of thing, you're able to be in those rooms and show people that the numbers are skewed, or when it is time, because they're going to do that. They're going to bring in AI to start diagnosing people and start trying
Absolutely.
to look at charts and say, oh, based off of this thing, this person's supposed to be like that. But like sometimes anatomies are different. You know what I'm saying? Like you need
Absolutely.
somebody there to advocate for people like us, especially black women, where you know what I'm saying, like they're going to overlook certain things or still have this fucking 19, or I don't even know what, 1800, 1700 mindset of
Yeah.
black women still, you can take more pain or something like that. Like no, we can't have computers learning off of stuff like that, or that type of mindset, or what is it, phonology or whatever it is, like stuff like that. Like no. So yeah, I'm really, I appreciate you sharing that. I think that's gonna, and it moved me, so I feel like it's definitely going to touch somebody else for sure.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And it's going to be a lot of data. It's going to be a lot of large data sets, but that is my goal. And like I said, I'm a trailblazer. So I'm hoping that the research that I've done, there's only 3% of Black women that are data scientists. Um, and this is globally. And not all of them are in the healthcare sector. So I would love to pave the way for Black women to be in those rooms with me. So I'm not the only one that's in these rooms
Yeah.
advocating for us as a community. And I'm for all women, don't get me wrong, but just in particular, Black women.
All
So,
right. No,
yeah.
that's definitely understandable, especially given your experience
Mhm,
twice. Something happening twice, or probably more than twice, but like
mhm.
with your last two sons having that experience, like no, I think it's valid for you to want to advocate for people that look like you. I don't
Yeah,
think there's anything wrong with
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Damn, thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
All right, so the next question, you kind of got into this a little bit, is where did you go to school,
Mhm,
or study your field of expertise? And
mhm,
then the second part of this question is, what do you do to gain knowledge now? So you did mention earlier like Coursera and a couple other jobs, but
mhm.
first, where did you go to school for? I want your associates and your bachelor's.
So for my associates, I went to a trade school.
Mm,
It was called ICM, I believe.
okay.
It was ICM. And then also, I did go to school a little bit after. I went to ITT Tech. Do you guys have that?
Yeah, we got ITT Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to ITT Tech when I was pregnant with my youngest son.
Mm,
My youngest son. And then they moved my school super far. And then, so after I almost died after I had him, I was still going to school,
you still was going out
I
there?
was still going to school. Yep, I was taking him with me when he got out the NICU and everything. And
Oh
then
my
having
goodness.
3 kids kind of like got to me. So I was not able to
Mm,
finish. And I had like a year left. And I was killing
mm,
it. I was getting on the dean's list. I was doing amazing. But I've raised my babies by myself. Absolutely no help.
mm,
Family and stuff, but it's just us. Um So I had to drop out, and then I just dedicated my life to my children. So then I decided to go back, and I went to DeVry University, which is online.
Mm-hmm.
Worked out so much better for me. I'm old school. I did prefer to be in person
Mm-hmm.
and have that like in-person experience. I want to be able to
Yeah.
raise my hand and be like, "Hey, professor, I have a question." But unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say,
Yeah.
being online worked out for me. I was at baseball games in class. I was in baseball games, typing papers. I was volunteering at the concession stands at the boys' games in class. I would be driving around to different food shopping with my headphones in class, so it worked out for me. So I went to the ride online. Yeah.
Mm. Wow, you are like
And then
a trooper. Yeah.
yeah.
My bad.
And it's
Go
funny
ahead.
because when I explain everything to everybody, I don't realize it until I explain it to people because it's just who I am. Like I'm a
Mm.
hustler. I handle my business. It's just who I am. So I don't like ever look at it like, dang, Andrea, like you
Wow.
doing a lot. I just, handle my business.
Nah, you a beast for real.
Yeah. And
Jeez.
then my certifications, like I said, I got those. Sorry if I jumped the gun by saying it earlier, but
No, it's cool.
just going on Coursera, I have lots of certifications from Coursera. And then I joined some programs that gave me free access to DataCamp. And I prefer DataCamp over Coursera any day. I don't know about you.
I haven't
Um,
heard of data camp.
yeah, datacamp.com.
Is it for more so like data science stuff, or is it like is coding and stuff too?
Yep, it's everything. They have
Oh wow.
everything. You've heard of Udemy,
Yeah,
right?
I know Udemy. Yeah.
Udemy has like different categories too, right? Where you could do
Mm-hmm.
like software engineering, data analytics, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like cloud stuff like AWS and
Yeah.
Oracle and all that. That's how DataCamp is. So you can
Oh
do
wow.
plug in a search engine like Oracle, and it'll give you all of these like courses that you can take, and then you get a certification at the end.
Mm-hmm. See, that's
Mhm.
why I love asking this question. Is I've always heard like YouTube or Coursera, the ones I've done before, but I've never heard of data camp. That's why I thought maybe because that is in the name, I thought maybe it was like specific to that. But no, that's cool.
Mhm. No,
I'm
it's
gonna have to
really
look at them.
you'll like it. And when you go through like the courses, you can actually they have a environment that emulates what they're teaching you.
Mm.
So I learned Outrix, for example. Did I learn Outrix through them? Was it Outrix? I think I learned Outrix through them. And when you learn
Oh,
Outrix, Outrix is like Tableau. Have you heard of it before?
Tableau.
Tableau and
Yeah.
Out, they're like data
Tableau
visual.
sounds familiar.
Tableau's like data visualization.
Okay, maybe that's okay.
So Alteryx is like you take these different branches of information after you've extracted all the information, and you can like take these branches and connect them so that the data makes more
Mm.
sense and you can visualize it.
Oh, that's cool.
So I learned Alteryx in there, and as it goes through and it has these slides where you go through and it's like blah 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 blah. This environment opens up and it allows you to go through and do everything that you were taught. So instead of somebody just reading through slides and listening to somebody for 50 minutes, you actually get to do what you were taught. Like you get to go into
Mm.
the environment and click through, and then it grades you and say, hey, you did well, you didn't do well, and then you move on to the next segment.
No, that's cool. I'm gonna have to check that one out. And I'm always like looking for new stuff that I can recommend to people, new resources and stuff like that. So that's clutch. All right, so we got into your school. So the next question. So given what you just shared, looking forward to hearing your answers to this next question. But I also kind of want to hear like your experience. All right, so the question is your experience as a Black woman in your field, but you pivoted. So I do want to get into like um, damn, I want to get into the vending machines because you was, what I'm saying, you was trailblazing there. I want to get into you in the healthcare system
Mhm.
or field, and then you getting into tech and like what you do now, like the freelancing and stuff
As a Black woman.
as a Black woman. Like, where's
Okay.
your experience been like?
So like I was stating earlier, most fields that I'm in, I'm the only Black woman. I am not intimidated by people that don't look like me. I actually make it intentionally go into industries because there are not people that look like me in those industries. So for the vending machine company, that was rough because that, like most places, is dominated by men. A lot of people didn't take me serious. I look a lot younger than I am, so people would like think that they were playing with me.
Yeah.
I've had people ask me like, "Do you have real vending machines, like the real ones where like you put money in and like the snack strap?" And I'm like, "Dude, what? Yes, like I have real vending machines, you know." So I honestly, I've never let other people's thoughts bother me. I have to push forward either way. It makes me not want to prove myself to them, but let them know that like I'm a Black woman. Whatever you may think is what you think, but I'm here and I'm doing what I'm doing, you know. Um, so that was when it came to like the food and beverage industry. It was just like anything. I dealt with some things. Like I had a guy, there's only one person in this entire city that can fix vending machines. He never answered any of my calls. But when I would talk to other like white vending machine operators, they would be like, "Oh, he answers every time I call." And I was like, "What?" So I had to end up taking my vending machines to Cleveland, and I dealt with a really nasty guy with a company out in Cleveland. And so I've dealt with some things, but then I've had really good experiences too. I've made so many great connections. It was amazing. I had so many people that didn't look like me that were advocating for me and was like, "We're getting her in these rooms." And I got in those rooms and I handled my business. So it was, you know, both. And then what was the second one? It was the vending machine.
And healthcare. So kind of like the phases that you, well, my bad. I think, so the vending machine might have been more, I might have had it out of order. So I think it was healthcare and then vending machines, right? And then what you do now. All right. So I want to get into like what your experience was like in the healthcare field. And
in
then,
healthcare.
and then also, so were you still in that field after your experiences with your second son and your last son?
No.
No. Okay. All right.
No.
Okay. So yeah, I just want your experience. I was going to ask, like, you kind of got into like how that shaped your mind differently as far as like which you like the analytic side of it. But I was wondering if like seeing that other side of the healthcare system, if that might have changed like how you worked within it too. But you said you wasn't in there, so I just more so want to know like what was your experience like in the healthcare field.
In the healthcare industry, for me, it's been an eye opener, honestly, as a Black woman, because I see so many young Black people that have so many health conditions that are preventable just from like eating better, or maybe just not even maybe from working out. I see a lot of people that are really naive and are not able to ask questions, and I see myself in them, you know. So it's for me being a Black woman in the healthcare industry, it just fuels my passion more, but it makes me look inward as well and want to do better things for myself and more health, living a more healthier lifestyle. So that has been my experience. And it's just from that other part of like my experience and then being on the other side of it as well, you know, from being on the back end where I've been a medical assistant, now I'm trying to be a healthcare data scientist. So everything comes full circle. So that's been my experience in healthcare as a Black woman. It's just my experiences and just seeing other people. And it's like, dang, man, I gotta do better for myself. And I can't be in healthcare if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, you know? So yeah, that's been my experience.
That was a good answer. I didn't expect that. That was a good answer. Definitely as I get older, I'm realizing like I got to take myself more seriously, and I'm looking at like what I want to do 10 years, 15, 20 years from now. Like if I'm trying to be getting up the couch and my knees hurting and my back hurting, like I'm still trying to be able to get down, be a little flexible, be a little agile, still get out and play some ball.
How old are you?
If I want to. I just turned, well, I ain't just turned. I turned 31 in February, so 31.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I thought we were closer in age for sure. Like I thought you were probably like a little older than my sister. But,
yeah.
I think that's a testament to like you taking care of your body and stuff like that. You know, I think that's something that won't really pay attention to too much as a like. Don't get me wrong, I love me some soul food. I love the food, and that's the problem. It tastes too good, but I had to like learn like everything in moderation. So I'm working
There
out.
you go.
I'm making sure that I try to get my veggies, my smoothies in, or whatever I can to like just stay a little healthier. You know what I'm saying, and
Mhm.
keep myself moving longer. But
Yep.
that was an interesting take on that, a good perspective. I'm glad you got into that. All right,
Yeah.
so the last part of that is now going through school, getting into the field now, freelancing, doing a program. Like, what has your experience been like?
It's been a journey. I feel like I've been running in place.
Mm,
Um, we went through like all the things I'm doing, all the certs I received, like
mm,
all the good stuff. But I feel like I've been doing all of that and I'm just running in place.
mm,
And I'm getting all this knowledge and I'm running in place. I'm getting my degree, I'm running in place. And
mm,
then I got my kids on my shoulder and I got my kids on my neck. I got my mom wrapped around
mm,
my waist, like, and I'm just running in place.
mm,
So it's been a journey, but I'm not going to give up. I can feel it in my bones that something is good is about to happen because hard work doesn't go, you know,
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
eventually something happens. So
Mm.
right now I'm just still running in place.
See, I
um,
don't. Sorry, I don't. I know it might feel like that, but I don't know. From the outside looking in, you moving, yo. Like you are flying. I don't know. But like I said, is you said June. We just got in September now, so what I'm saying. I definitely see great things for you soon. I know you mentioned like the job market and everything, but like just seeing your work ethic and the way that you're applying and stuff, and even the fact that you're freelancing, so you're staying in the groove of it. You know what I'm saying? You're staying warm. You're not just soaking about it. You're not just applying and then just all right. Hopefully, if I just apply to 100 jobs, like you're building that experience, that expertise. You know what I'm saying? And then still applying and everything. And I think that's yeah, like that's commendable. That you mentioned like having your mom, your sons, and everything. Like yeah, I would. It might feel like you sitting in place, but or running in place, but nah. From here, it looks like you moving, and
yeah, I
so especially
appreciate
with the certs and everything, for sure.
you.
I think that like part of it could be where you are. You know what I'm saying? Like Pittsburgh. I don't know what the market is like out there, but definitely going to see how I can like connect you with some people for sure. Because
Yeah, that would be amazing. If I get an opportunity, I keep wanting to say quiz. What is it?
Keys, keys,
Keys? Keys?
like a
Okay, I keep
K.
wanting to say quiz. Keys. Keys. If I got the opportunity, oh my goodness, I would soar.
I know,
It
I know,
just,
I can tell.
and that's where I started that. I know you seen like my content, like my 90-day
Mm-hmm.
challenge is
Mm-hmm.
to like keep myself like I'm doing something different. Like I even have I have portfolios, I have a website, like I'm on a board for a women in tech organization. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
co-director of their technology committee. Like I'm doing all these amazing things. I'm networking and I'm a people's person, but I also like my solitude. So like
Mm-hmm.
I'm networking with all these people and literally like draining myself. And everybody's like, "Yeah, girl, I got you." And then when I call them, they're not answering. So
Yeah.
like, I have an Excel worksheet where I'm like, these are the places I applied. This is the contact person. This is when I applied. This is the date it was rejected. This is the date I
Mm-hmm.
followed up. Things like that. And like so, I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing all the things. I got mentors. I did a datathon for a women in tech organization. Like I'm doing all these things, and it's just like somebody give me a job. So that's why I started. I have the YouTube channel too. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
teaching, all women, but particularly Black women, how to code in Python,
Mm-hmm.
making it relatable and doing those things so that I don't lose it. Because I feel like if I
Right.
just sit, I'm going to lose it. And I've worked
For
way
sure.
too hard. And then the freelancing is like, all right, I can put myself out there, build my portfolio, build my projects and my reputation. And if a
Mm-hmm.
lot of jobs aren't hiring, they still need data. Data's everywhere. So
Right.
they still need data analysts, data scientists. They just don't have the money to pay you $60,000-$70,000 a year, but they got a couple
Mm-hmm.
thousand that they could pay you a month,
Yeah.
periodically. And if I do that with different companies, I'm good and I can
Right.
stay
Right.
good and take care of my family. So
For sure. Yeah. No, I like that. But it was a time where I was between like contracts because for a while I was just doing contracts. I wasn't really doing like any full time work. So
mhm,
I was between. So I was doing freelance. Like this was like 2020, I think. Yeah.
mhm.
I was Ubering and stuff too, but like I was doing freelance websites for people, logos, like, you know what I'm saying? I was just hustling, trying to try and get it. So I definitely relate to that freelance hustle. So I guess, yeah, I think this might be good to know. Like, how are you doing like acquisitions and stuff like that? Like, how are you getting clients? Are you like on Fiverr, or are you like is it like word of mouth? Like, what are you doing to get clients?
Fiverr. I am on there, and then Upwork. I'm on Upwork as
Upwork, yeah.
well. And then I need to change my thumbnail and update it so it looks more appealing. It just looks really standard right now. I have a nice network on LinkedIn. I've built a really like solid foundation of people that I have met, that I haven't met. And they share a lot of my work. So that's how I've been getting some work coming in and keeping my prices competitive until I build my portfolio, and then I start charging people the big bucks.
Right. As you should. No, that's cool. I'm definitely gonna get yeah, I'll get with you about like certain people that I think it would be worth talking to, and then maybe like certain resources. But I don't know. It sounds like you own it. Like it sounds like you just need the opportunity. Do you feel like it's like we are on like your experience as a Black woman? So do you feel like that is playing a part in it? Because I mean, I could see that, but like, do you feel like that is a portion of why it might be? Because like it's only been a few months, but like, do you feel like if you weren't Black, you might have gotten a job already?
I don't. Honestly, there is a part of me that's like, is that why? But then when I hear other people's stories that are white men, white women, Black men, they're like, it sucks out here. And they're all doing the same things that I'm doing. Some of them may even be at a senior level. Some of them are like, I'm getting the job interview, but then I go through like 4 rounds of interviews, and then they're like, you know what? We decided to go in a different direction. And it's really bad now because a lot of companies are using ATS. Have you heard of that?
No.
So it's like application tracking system. So when you apply for a job, you basically have to have a resume for each job that you apply for.
Oh, okay.
So if you apply for 50 analytics positions for 50 different companies, you have to have 50 different resumes. And in that resume, you have to have keywords from the job description in your application or resume. If you don't, AI is automatically like red, reject, you know. So you'll apply to a job on Sunday evening at 11 p.m. By 12 a.m. It's like, your application was rejected. And you're like, what? That was quick. It's a Sunday. Like, who's at work? It's ATS. So that's been happening to a lot of people. So I don't feel that way. I don't being naive by saying that, but I think that makes me a better candidate. Maybe I'm not even saying that also, but I haven't felt that way. I don't give that people that much power over my mind to be like, it's because I'm Black. No, it just sucks out here.
Right. Nah, yeah, that's why I wanted to ask that. But I think it's easy to look at stuff that way, but only really ask because of how qualified you obviously are and with the search and everything. But the job market is kind of crazy right now. So but yeah, like I said, Toshi, I want you to get in contact with her. She has some great tips about like finding work and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna get you in touch with her. All right. Okay, so
amazing.
The next question is adversity or like obstacles that you had to overcome to get to where you are. So I don't know if you want to speak on anything specifically or like just your journey in general. You mentioned like the vending machine stuff and a few other things. So like what would you say are some obstacles or adversity you had to overcome to get to where you are?
I think I touched on it already. Just like juggling a lot, just being the definition of a single mother. And I'm raising 3 boys by myself. So that's been some adversity that I faced. I mean, it was my choices, of course, to have my children, but it was extremely difficult to raise my children. And I'm an old school mom. Like I cook every day, like there's dinner, like we do all of that stuff. So like just trying to still be a mom and raise my kids and but still chase my goals because my boys are going to be older. I'm about to be an empty nester. And I'm entering this new phase of my life where I'm not raising kids. I'm not pouring myself into children anymore. And they're about to have their own lives. I overcame that adversity. It's been very, very hard, but I got it done. My boys are excelling in every way imaginable. So I would say that that's an adversity. And then, like I said, my mom, her health has been declining, and I was taking care of her while I was in the thick of school and trying to complete my degree. So just like life in general, just trying to beat me down. So, you know.
And that's why I said earlier, like you a beast. So like just hearing, yeah, I don't know how you did it, honestly. Like it's commendable for sure, admirable. Uh, just seeing how you've been able to just push through. You know what I'm saying, bring everybody with you, like that's tough. And then keep your wits about you. You know what I'm saying, like keep your sanity and be able to still get work done and like apply yourself and like get your degree and everything. Like yeah, it's crazy. Wow. There was something else I wanted to. Oh yeah, so like you mentioned your boys. Like I see you like posting about like sharing your stories. Sometimes like they'll get like certificates or like when they get like trophies and stuff like that. Like it's I love seeing that stuff because like you're able to like apply your that grit and that what's the word I'm looking for, that hunger to just strive and do better and like and all that. You're able to pour that into your boys and everything. So yeah, it's cool to see. All right, so I'm curious about this next one, which is where you see your journey going from here. So I usually ask people like 5, 10, 20 years from now, like where you see yourself going. And then the second part of this is, what does retirement look like for you? Like, will you be chilling on the beach somewhere, or are you going to be like still, consulting and, doing, advocating, of course, and all of that? Like, what does it look like for you?
This is a good question because I am a whiteboard person. I wish I could show you. I have my whiteboard. And I have like my long-term goals, my short-term goals, and like I break it all down. So I love this question. So
good.
In 5 years, I definitely want to be a healthcare data analyst / scientist, and just working in the healthcare industry, making that change before you're talking to a computer that's going to diagnose your hospital visit, ED visit, whatever the case may be, before it starts prescribing us medications that we don't need and making errors because of biases. In 10 years, I want to be speaking at events, advocating for the same exact things.
I definitely see that.
And just speaking at conventions and saying like, there's I don't know if you heard of Dr. Joy. I can't say her last name because I think she's from Nigeria. She has a documentary called Coded Bias. She after watching that documentary, she motivated me so much. And she just like went to like the federal level as far as like AI and how it like scans Black people's faces and is so biased that it'll get you confused with somebody else, and then it can falsely arrest you, or it can falsely accuse you of things because it's not programmed correctly. So I want to be able to speak at conferences on things like that, but from a women's health perspective. In 20 years, I hope in 20 years I'm retired. Maybe still doing like some freelancing things. Definitely mentoring. And then for retirement, this is the best one. This is the one I was waiting for. Although I am in tech, okay, I don't think I want to be around humans and all of that stuff when in 30 years when technology. I tell everybody about this movie. It's called, have you ever seen Idiocracy?
Yeah. I love it. I love Idiocracy.
I tell everybody about that movie. That's how the world is going to be. And I don't want to be around. I want to be growing my own food because you remember in Idiocracy, they were drinking like Gatorade. I'm not dealing with none of that. None of it. Like they're going to be calling me, names because of the way I talk. They're going to be like, what? Everybody's going to be talking in acronyms and calling everybody skippity doodles and fraud walk, but like I'm not. So I'm going to be off the grid, grow my own food, and minding my business. So that is the goal, to give back as much as I can and then
And
detach.
disappear. Yeah.
Yep.
Nah, I feel that.
It's the goal. My grandkids could come over there if they want, throw them up in the air a couple times and then send them right back in. If they don't want to stay, that's fine. But I don't want to deal with society.
Nah, I definitely feel you because the way stuff is going, yeah. But nah, I like how you broke that down though. It was I like when people like prepare for this joint a little bit, so it's cool.
I was excited, man. So when you first sent me like the breakdown, and you see I'm like a person that likes to be prepared, I was like, can you send me like the link, and can you like send me all the questions, because I really wanted to like be prepared and make sure I answer everything right.
Yeah,
but when you
I
send everything to
that.
me, I was like, this is perfect. Like this is going to flow. And
right. Thank you. Because when I was writing these questions, this is the same job I was using last season, but like when I was writing them out, I'm like, all right, how can I make this like feel more conversational? You know what I'm saying? So we start with like the icebreakers, getting to know you, and then like gradually get more into like the deeper stuff. You know what I'm saying? So no, I love that. I love how you broke that down. And like it's something about being able to, you said the whiteboard, John, but like have like that visualization, whether it's like a like a vision board or something like that, or whatever you might need to help you stay on track. So there's certain things I do like to like document, I guess, like me working out or something like that. Like if the watch is a good barometer or not, like whether or not it's accurate as far as like data science goes, it's consistent. So I can have this, as long as I got the watch on and I have it running, I can like compare my workouts, or I can compare like the amount of effort or whatever I'm putting into, because it's the same measure. So yeah, it's something about like just being able to put those things down and like get those thoughts out and like see certain things in a way that helps you. It's like more tangible, I think, like a lot more like attainable, I would say. So I like how you broke that down. And I think it's important to think about those goals and like what you see yourself doing, and like that way the stuff that you're doing now is going to put you in a position to be able to give those talks and keep advocating for women and stuff like that. So, and I can see it, you know what I'm saying? I can definitely see you doing that.
Thank you. And pass it on and disappear.
Right, and disappear. All right. So this last thing I kind of like combine is, what tips do you have for somebody that's trying to do what you do, or maybe going through something that you've been through? And then the very last thing is anything additional that you want people to know, anything you want to plug. You mentioned a few things that you mentioned YouTube, you mentioned a couple organizations and stuff. So anything you want to plug, but let's start with like the tips that you have for people.
Yeah. The tips that I have for, can I talk to them? Should I talk to you?
Yeah. Like, no, however you want to do it. But yeah, it's more so but sometimes I'll be writing.
Oh, sorry, I'm still over talking you. I'm sorry.
No, it's me. My bad. Go ahead.
The tips I have for everybody is the tech industry is saturated. Overly saturated. There are people that are police officers that are going into tech, teachers that are going into tech. Find a specialty. Look through job descriptions and see what those requirements are. So if it's like Oracle, if it's ASW clouding, like programming languages. My YouTube channel focuses on Python, but a lot of data analysts use SQL. Or C#, a little, you do coding a little bit in C#, but that's more like web development and things like that. But just look at different job descriptions and see what is in those job descriptions, so that you could focus on those things, those skills, I should say. So that's my best tip. Otherwise, you are going to find yourself running in circles. You're going to find yourself applying for jobs that thousands of other people are applying for. So find a specialty and hone in on it. If you're in the food and beverage industry, focus on that. That's my best tip. Just
that's a great tip.
Specialty.
Yeah, that's a great tip. I think that's why part of why I started the channel was to show all these different things that people do. Because you hear tech, or people come and be like, oh, I want to get into tech. And it's like, all right, well, what do you do? Like maybe some of your current skills can transition into that, or maybe your passions or whatever. Like, but it's so broad to just be like, I want to get into tech or I want to code. Like, all right, if you want to code, what language are you, front end or are you back end? Like, are you a database developer? Like, what are you really doing? So, that was a great tip for sure. Like,
And build
specialize.
projects too, because like you said, it's
Yes.
so broad. Find what you want, build projects.
Yeah.
Once you build those projects, then like I said, I have a website, and on my website, I have different projects that I worked on, and employers can go in there and click and say, oh, she knows how to build dashboards. Oh, she knows how to code in Python, and she knows how to be in Jupyter Notebook is another environment like Python, but just showing them different, things that I know how to do, and different programming languages that I know about. So I highly recommend all of those things. And then also networking, definitely get into some type of organization. Like I stated, I am the co-director of the technology committee for Get With Pittsburgh. We have different chapters, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But go to networking events. If you're a woman, get into some women in tech organizations, and don't be afraid if people don't look like you. Get in there. Get in there. If nobody looks like you, that should fuel you even more to get in that room. So those are my tips.
Great tips. I agree. Everything. Networking, build your portfolio, doing projects and applying the knowledge. Yeah. All of those things, you do that stuff consistently, you definitely will, put yourself in a position for opportunities.
Yep, to be a rock star for sure.
For sure. So you mentioned your site. So now I want you to do like the actual plugs and everything. So you mentioned your site, the organization, your YouTube channel. So like as you go through, I would like throw them up at the top. So your site and everything.
Oh, nice. Okay. So my website is www.andreatheanalyst.com. That is my website where you can just like go and look at my portfolios, my certifications, and it's just like my professional website. I also have a LinkedIn channel where I teach women, particularly Black women, how to code, and we start all the way from the beginning, honey. We start from just like downloading Python onto your computer, and just everything. So it's a really fun. You'll learn a lot. And I'm new, so we're new to the YouTube industry or world. So the whole point of the channel is to say that I'm still learning, you're still learning. Let's learn together in code and confidence. So it's coding and confidence on YouTube. What else? Like I stated, I'm the co-director of Get With IT Pittsburgh, which is a women in tech organization. We have different chapters. So if you're not in Pittsburgh, we have chapters in Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, Indianapolis. We're opening up one in Detroit. And I think that is it for right now.
You gotta come out to Philly.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would be crazy.
Nice. What else do I have going on? I feel like there's one more thing, but I'm going to forget. Oh, and then I have my Facebook and my Instagram, where I am taking a 90-day journey, where I'm taking people on a journey with me as a mom that's in her 40s that is going into a new phase of my life. And I'm encouraging women with my content to keep moving and keep pushing forward and encouraging them, even if you want to be in tech or you don't want to be in tech. And I'm taking women along the journey with me as I find a job, teaching them how to keep track of their jobs. I'm stepping it up a little bit more than I already am, being a little bit more strategic. So as I do that, I'm taking more women with me. So that's on my Facebook, and then it's also on my Instagram, and you can find those links in above me or below. So yes, those are my shameless plugs.
Got you. Yeah, I'll throw all of that up in there. But
Okay.
Yeah, I think you got anything else before we wrap up?
I think that's it. Wait, I'm gonna be asleep tonight, or I'm about to lay down, and my day's gonna be running through my head, and I'll be like, "Oh man, I
You should have said, I know.
Oh.
But no, we'll definitely. One thing I want to do is like bring people back, like outside of the story portion of this, and like just get their insight on whether it's their expertise or like panel type of stuff, where we get more perspectives and everything. So I'll definitely be in touch for sure because I want to get more of that knowledge that you have in there. But yeah, I appreciate you taking this time. This was like, yeah, it was very
We
like,
kept
and
like missing each other, but
I
like,
know. No, I'm glad it worked out though, because this was really good. This is great.
yeah,
Like your mindset and your story, I think is definitely going to inspire somebody. But I really hope that it shows them like you can push through, and like that grit, yo. It just yeah, it's like a superpower. Sometimes it's like that ability to just put your head down, and just work. You know what I'm saying? Get your degree, get them certs, take care of your family, like. Yeah, I feel like somebody's definitely going to feel inspired by this. So thank you so much for coming and sharing.
yeah. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you
Of
so much.
course, of course. All right. You got anything else before I sign off?
No,
Nope. All right. It's been another episode of the My Tech Story interview series. I hope y'all take something away from this, John. But yeah, that's it. Be safe.
I got no lies to tell, all truth to be told. With these talents I melt, potential I'm trying to mold. Just know, even if I fail, I'll never fold.